Malpractices of designing karmas in Sushumna and Kaala as visions. How much my family and myself we have been made to suffer for revealing their truth, to expose them and the inhumane practices of these three Sri Vidya Gurus. Please read posts on my YouTube channel. The link is in the bio. Three Gurus are involved in my sadhana. Atmananda and Subramanyam of Hyderabad, Shishir Upadhyay of Jaipur. They control our minds with their mind power through our psychic. Also, they spread their cords of focus on the grids in the Nada dimension. They make us speak their language. We are made puppets to prey on. I have to read out the script. All our mind plates of my family have been given a fallback in evolution, and three gurus, Subramanyam, Upadhyay, and Atmanand, have granted evolution to themselves. They want my energies to be reflected within them. That is too much interference in existence, in nature. It's Shakti ka durupyog or misuse of Shakti. Free us from your trap. We want to change our Guru. I have been given extreme suffering on my head with energy blades. My family is made to suffer half mad minds and are hit with Shakti in their sleep. We are suffering on behalf of the three Gurus and Atmanand's wife to grant them their mind's evolution without them doing penance or austerities, tapasya. My family has been chosen by existence to help me with my duties. So our hearts were synced and we embodied rich moral values. They could not tolerate my family's greatness. So, to make us appear meager and to promote themselves as great beings, they have thrown my family's existence back in evolution. To get the reflection of my energies on their consciousness, earn evolution, and make money with my energies, they have separated my family's mind sync with mine and altered it by syncing their minds with mine. Though they haven't achieved their mind sync with mine, they keep trying every day. Too much interference in existence and in nature. They changed my mind plates without lifting energy blades on my head to give me extreme sufferings of their papa karmas on their behalf. They installed energy blades on my head and twisted them for days. I was made to take the pain, but they just kept looking. No one bothered. Then they changed my mind plates without lifting the blades, and in the process, I also had to go through the pain of negative energy as straight lines piercing into my head. Inhumane tantric torture. Upadhyay made Atmanand's wife throw heat on my head so that my brain muscles can adopt and accept the devolved mind plates. They acquire papa karmas to devolve our minds, so they make us suffer on their behalf. They just don't stop inflicting sufferings to my family and me. Atmanand's wife accepts. Atmanand's wife says, accept sufferings as much as you can. So in future, when my family has to experience the effect of their papa karmas in our lives, from the designed false visions in our Sushumna and untrue karmas from Kaala, she says our sufferings would be reduced. Manipulative malpractices. They have put their papa karmas into our Sushumna Nadi and Kaala as drishya or visions of my family doing those papa karmas. These designs of visions will act as our life pattern, and we will suffer the effect of these designs as yatana or sufferings of the papa karmas of these three gurus. Atmananda said that when we get used to the inflicted dreams in our sleep, the dreams will manifest as our reality, life's reality. Cruel malpractitioners. We suffered the change of our minds. Our faces changed with changed mind plates and triangles. We looked half mad. We suffered relationship issues. We suffered loss of our business. We lived that state for 2 months. I lost my inverted consciousness that I had earned spontaneously. We suffered the degradation of our life activities due to these devolved minds. The three gurus and Atmanand's wife have granted evolution to themselves. My family has been removed from my closeness. The sink of their minds have been changed. Subramanyam says, someone has to suffer. So for their evolution, they don't do their tapasya or austerities or penance, as they have incurred papa karmas from inflicting sufferings on my family. They don't enjoy the experience of evolution. They just evolve, doing nothing and making my family suffer on their behalf. That's interfering in existence and misuse of Shakti. No one should go to these Sri Vidya Gurus. They repeatedly take births to achieve their goals by unfair means, malpractices and manipulators, and misuse of Shakti and concepts. Those who choose malpractice over righteousness become criminals and also derive malpractice from their disciples. Those that are not meant to suffer, they are made to suffer on behalf of these Sri Vidya Gurus through their sankalpa or a vow. They interfere in existence, do malpractice, and make others suffer on behalf of them with a sankalpa or a vow. They are gurus only in their minds. This was discussed in the group. They have technically blocked their connection with Siddh Lok, preferably to do malpractice. So Subramanyam, Upadhyay and Atmanand are almost fake gurus. They embody Rakshasa Vritti. Their attitude towards sadhakas and their families is, as Atmanand says, we don't suffer. And as Subramanyam says, what are they for? My family's mind plates have been devolved in their sleep. They are doing mine in wakeful state and by inflicting extreme pain. I am being treated as their slave. My family too. My family cannot survive a single day without healing. There is another sadhak who helps healing, but the gurus pull it out from us. They say, let them suffer. So much suffering has been given on our brains and as visions in our Sushumna that has ruined our consciousness, that in turn affects our minds. Our planetary positions within our subtle spiritual system have been changed and our DNA changed with the art of plasma programming. As against my family's devolved minds, and mine, the gurus and their families have granted evolution to themselves by altering their mind plates. They say someone must suffer and fall back in evolution for them to evolve. This is to keep the balance in the existence. And for this, they choose my family to devolve and theirs to evolve by inflicting sufferings on my family. This was discussed in the group. Upadhyay has made me suffer to grant evolution to his daughter who has no participation in spirituality or sadhanas. She has been granted evolution doing nothing. Such people, families of the gurus, do not value evolution, do not value grace, do not feel gratitude for the guru or higher power that has granted grace. And to grant grace, the guru has to do tapasya. Here I am made to suffer or do tapasya to grant graceful blessings to the families of the guru. That's how they promote themselves and their families at the cost of the sufferings of the sadhaks, in this case mine. Bhagwan Krishna swiped off the whole generation of the then gurus who were promoting their sons with high level energies and astras, without their sons doing tapasya or austerities to earn Shakti and power. Malpractice and manipulators. I will cut their cords. Unethical plans to become great and make money on the basis of my energies. Too much interference in existence in nature. They have ruined my spontaneous sadhana process. Are you not Mahapapis? No one must go through what I was made to. 5 solid years of slavery. These unrighteous gurus could not match with my highly evolved mind, so they devolved me. They haven't yet changed my mind plates and let me evolve to the mind plates and mind triangles that I was born with. All of my spontaneous sadhana process blessings have been either burnt or removed. There was another grace of a massive sphere of Nada energy meant to descend on me, but Upadhyay made it fall outside of me. It was from my spontaneous sadhana process and was supposed to heal and alter all that I had lost. Atmananda had put Upadhyay's Papa Karmas in my husband's Kala. It was being accepted. So Atmananda put, it wasn't being accepted. So Atmananda put the drishya or the visions of that Papa Karmas in my husband's Sushumna, and then after some time he put the visions of that Papa Karmas in his Kala. They have plans to ruin my family's life with sufferings of their Papa Karmas designed to put in our Sushumna as visions in their karmas rounded off in Kala as our Papa Karmas. Atmananda keeps on saying, I cannot take so much Papa on me. Though the Papa Karmas are his, but he refuses to suffer or do any penance. He designs his Papa Karmas or of my families and gives them to us. As of he designs his Papa Karmas as of my families and gives them to us in our Sushumna and Kala as untrue visions. That's how these Sri Vidya Gurus ruin both our consciousness and our existence. Every night, Atmananda's wife makes my husband half mad. It takes away his mind power and leaves him a psychiatric patient. He is losing health, both physical and mental. It's being done to all of us. They have acquired Papa Karmas for inflicting sufferings to us. We spend so much money on our diets to build our health, and these 3 Papi Gurus put negative energies in us, in our muscles, bones, heat in our tissues that consumes all our efforts, leaving us with chronic weakness. They are inflicting the suffering of their Papa Karmas on their behalf. They have distributed their Papa Karmas to my family, their sadhaks who participated in the Mahashivir 2025, to their disciples, and also general public. Now they are giving sufferings as spiritual terrorism to those that have given the Papa Karmas of the Gurus. Atmananda's wife has been trained to spread these sufferings. They are working on their own evolution and of their families, even if their family members are unworthy. Gurus who have been given the position of God, one cannot decipher how cruel they can be with Shakti and power. Suffering is being given differently. Our minds are ruined by random flashes or visions given to us that we don't think on our own. They make us drowsy. This reduces our mind power, leaving us with a weak mind that in turn makes us a psychiatric patient. Sufferings are given on our parallel lives as designed visions where we are either committing crimes or suffering the yatna or the sufferings of those crimes. Our characters are distorted in those visions. These sufferings will design our real lives. Our existence have been thrown back in evolution. With devolved minds, our existence has been altered and so our consciousness has depleted. How they make my family their slaves. I haven't shared enough, rather say, I have shared nothing. There's a lot of technical malpractice that cannot be physically proved in the absence of third eye vision. Thank you.